Okay, I got a bunch of extra problems here, so I'm going to go ahead and just take number 11 and work it out. A is 11, P is 60, C is negative 36, factors of A, factors of C. List them all out. BA starts to, again, build your two quantities. And before I go make my guesses, I always look at that negative 36. It's a negative 36, so that means one of each, a positive and a negative. Where they go, it's part of you trying to figure that out. All right, I want to get a 60 out of there. Again, I'll let you pause. You try a couple combinations there that might work for you. And see which one you can get to get a 60p out of that. Okay, the only way you can get a 60p out of there is trying the sixes, okay? I'm going to do the sixes, and when you try your guess there, you got to have a plus and a minus. The plus is going to work here, the minus is going to work there. Check my guess. Do I get a 60p out of that? And I do. All right, number 15. A is 1. Whoops. B is negative 4. C is positive 4. Factors of A, factors of C. A starts to build my two quantities. Okay, keep in mind the signs. In order to get a multiplication of positive 4 for the C, the only way that can happen is the signs are the same, either both pluses or both minuses. So I go back and look at the polynomial to try to make a decision, and because it's a negative 4x there, that means I have to use the negatives. Again, pause. See which of those you can get a negative 4 out of that. The only way to get a negative 4 out of that is to use the 2's. Check my multiplication, or check my guess through distributing, and you do get the original polynomial, x squared minus 4x plus 4. Now we usually go one step further with this. Because it's the same two quantities, we usually write it as the quantity squared. Please get into that habit. If you happen to get those same two quantities, rewrite it as the quantity squared. And then we're going to build on that specific polynomial down the road. It's a very special one, and we'll talk about that again down the road. All right, let's drop it down and do 17. Nothing changes. Yes, it's a binomial. Ax squared plus bx plus c, okay? Now, when I identify a, b, and c, a is always in front of the quadratic term. B is always the linear term. C is always the constant. But the problem is I have no linear term, so we have to represent that still as a number. And the only way for a linear term to not be there is if the linear term is 0. And that's it. Do the exact same process like we've been doing and doing and doing. A is 1, B is, C is negative 4, so 1 and 4, 2 and 2. And the A sets up my two quantities. Again, I gotta keep in mind my signs. It's a negative 4, so I gotta have opposites, one of each. Where they go, how do you get a 0? That's part of, again, what we're working on today. The only way for that to happen is the 2's. Check your distribution, all right? And as I finish this last one up, I can see that those linear terms, the k's, do cancel out to 0. And I get k squared minus 4. So that is my factored expression. Now, this is only going to get better if you practice out the homework on your own. Check your answers, all right? And you have the answer key there. And then on the next lesson, we're going to just kind of start tweaking it. This lesson right here pretty much encompasses about 60 to 70% of the unit already. This was the first lesson that is the roughest. Then we start tweaking these numbers a bit, and we just kind of keep adding on a couple small things each day. But this is where we got to get great at it. If you are having issues with this, you're going to have issues down the road, Algebra 2, Pre-Calc, and so on. So we want to make sure we're getting good on this.